What if I told you the American dream wasn't stolen in one night, but quietly dismantled, piece by piece, while we were too busy working to notice? The promise for generations, workers made a simple trade. We'd give our sweat, our hours, our lives. In return, a fair shot at stability. Not mansions, not yachts, just a roof, a car, food on the table, and maybe a family vacation once in a while. That was the deal. But here's the twist. The deal is gone. We're still keeping our end. They walked away from theirs. Two stories, two eras. Let me introduce you to two workers, decades apart. First, Harold in the late 1970s. He worked in a Pennsylvania steel plant. No college degree, no special connections. But Harold had something that feels almost mythical today: security. One paycheck covered a modest home, a Chevy, groceries, summer trips. His company gave him health care, a pension, even flowers when tragedy struck. He retired with dignity. Now meet Adam in 2025. He works 50 hours a week at a factory, plus weekend gig jobs. Rent, insurance, food, gas. His expenses crush his earnings. No pension, no health care, no sense of belonging. At work, he's not Harold the craftsman. He's employee number 3482. Adam isn't building a life. He's surviving week to week. When work stopped caring between Harold and Adam, something fundamental broke. Companies stopped seeing workers as people and started treating them as costs. Once upon a time, businesses asked, how do we take care of our people? Today they ask, how do we cut them out of the budget? Healthcare, pensions, unions, lunch breaks, even childcare. Those weren't perks, they were expectations. Now, they're gone. The numbers don't lie. Let's talk about the math. In 1979, the average CEO made 30 times what their employees earned. Today, it's nearly 400 times. Some CEOs make in a single day what their lowest paid workers grind an entire year for. Productivity? Up 64%. Wages? Barely 17%. So where did the money go? Stock buybacks, golden parachutes, lobbyists, billion-dollar bonuses. They call it growth. But let's be honest, it's greed, a moral collapse. This isn't just an economic crisis, it's a moral one. When profit is the only measure, ethics vanish. And when ethics vanish, dignity follows. There is no defense for one man making hundreds of millions while his employees choose between food and rent. That's not capitalism, that's corruption cosplaying as capitalism. The moral collapse. This isn't just an economic crisis, it's a moral one. When profit is the only measure, ethics vanish. And when ethics vanish, we lost craftsmanship. We lost community. We lost the pride of knowing that what you built mattered. Work was never perfect, but it once meant something. Now it means surviving, often barely. And when survival is the only goal, hope disappears. What we need to remember. But it doesn't have to stay this way. We already know the values that work: fairness, dignity, community, stability. We don't need to rewind history. We need to reclaim what made life worth living in the first place. Imagine an economy where workers are true stakeholders, where time is respected, where profit is balanced by ethics, where building quality matters more than squeezing margins. That's not a fantasy, that's just courage, the real fix. You want to make America strong again? Forget slogans. Start with workers. Stop treating them like disposable tools. Start treating them like the backbone they are. Because this crisis didn't happen overnight. It happened the moment we decided greed was normal and humanity was optional. The real cost of endless profit is everything that makes life worth living. The system won't change on its own, but it can change if we demand it. So here's to the American worker, the men and women who built this country, who kept it alive, and who deserve better than broken promises. But the question isn't whether they can save us again. The question is, will we finally stand up for them?